GuestyVal is an interesting event. I mean, I've been doing this a long time, and obviously there's sort of generic events like VRMA where you can get a lay of the land. When you're embedded with someone like Guesty, your choices are to use the vendors that they prefer. And so an event like this sort of gives you a nice, clean highway of introductions to people that are plugging and playing well with the system that I'm pretty much dedicated to. Right? I'm not gonna go change everything. I've done it enough times. I've been doing this for 15 years, and the hardest part of this business is changing into a new system. So finding one that works well and then being able to just leverage it. So that's what's good about here.
So the events have been really informative. It's very cool. They have a lot of prominent figureheads talking, so you're learning from important and successful people in the industry. There's been a lot of interesting discussion around things that correlate to revenue, but that people might not think about. Stuff like how your communication tool and your responsiveness to your guest impacts your rating, which directly impacts your revenue because the amount of the price per listing and the ADR as that correlates to ratings and reviews is very important.
GuestyVal also provided a great opportunity to meet and connect with managers from really across the globe to develop partnerships, to collaborate with other vendors and share best practices. Really an incredible networking opportunity all around.
I think it's economic uncertainty at the consumer level. Barrett was just speaking about this, our president and COO, talking about how change is kind of the new norm. I think change is always happening, but it's really the unpredictability at this point. You used to be able to have a very reliable high season, low season. You knew what your booking window was, how far in advance people were booking before they came to stay with you, and that's just not the case anymore. My hot take is I think it is because of economic uncertainty at the consumer level. People don't have this vacation budget that they always used to have, but they still have that human need to travel, to get away from everything. So you're seeing an uptick in last minute bookings that I think really represent that spontaneity more than anything. We first saw that kind of last minute booking trend during the pandemic, where people weren't booking in advance because they didn't know if they could book in advance. So they were thinking, well, let's just go last second. And now I'm seeing that stay and kind of hang around. And it makes things a little tricky on the operating side, but it just means you gotta be more flexible, you gotta be willing to move fast, and you gotta always be willing to make the guest experience unforgettable. I would say I'm not the person to give you the best advice at GuestyVal. You should be talking to everyone else that is here. Really, I've worked with Guesty customers for 6 years now. I've worked in other industries before. I've never met such a group of people that are so interested in helping each other out and form and develop this industry together. So it's really talk to one another, figure out what's going on. If you're not at GuestyVal, figure out who other local operators are, how to get involved in advocating for deregulation in places where it makes sense, and just, be sociable.
So I had an opportunity to speak with many of our customers, and I think what comes through as a theme is that the sense of partnership. They really, Guesty listens to our customers, right? As we like to call it, the host of hosts, right? So we develop products that help them be successful. So we like the feedback from them. We like the inputs they're providing us, so we can come out with better products, right? We don't live in isolation. For us, it's an ecosystem that we operate in, and I think that our customers respect the fact that we reach out, we ask them questions, we want to get their feedback, and we're getting better and better as we do that.